Go ahead.
Professional, as defined by the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is said to be paid to participate in a sport or activity. By this definition, I fully intend to grow up to be a professional sleeper. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but stick with me on this and let me illustrate just exactly how I plan to be paid to sleep. Ideas about sleep are widely circulated, but are rarely listed as important. Most Americans, in fact, are sleep deprived. College students are especially notorious for staying up late and prioritizing sleep as 15th or 16th on their list. At BYU alone, there's a commonly circulated myth that says that you can only have 2 of the following 3 things: good grades, good social life, and good sleep. Where did these ideas come from, and what makes us think that we can't have it all? Modern scientists, prophets, and popular characters suggest that sleep is in fact the key to good grades, a good social life, and future success. Students are infamous for staying up late in the hopes of cramming in a few extra hours of study time and thereby performing better on future assignments and tests. Unfortunately for these night owls, all evidence is to the contrary. In a Time magazine published study called Sleep or Study, it was found that students who stayed up late in the names of studying in fact performed worse the next day on their tests and exams. And these results compound over time, meaning that the more nights in a row that you stay up to study, the more days it takes for your brain and your grades to recover. Boyd K. Packer also chimed in on this in his talk about self-reliance. He said that he prefers to do his deep pondering early in the morning when his mind is alert and awake. He says that it is then that the blackboard of your mind is wiped clean from a good night's sleep, and thereby you can get better answers. The Lord knew what he was saying when he directed us in Doctrine and Covenants, section 89, to cease to sleep longer than is necessary. Retire to thy bed early, that you may not be weary, and arise early, that your bodies and minds might be invigorated. Obviously, sleep is the key not only to our mental success, but also to our spiritual success as well. So the best thing we can do is take the time and go to sleep. In the popular 2000 series Gilmore Girls, Lorelai explains to her friend Luke her own reasons for choosing sleep. She says, "We like sleep because it makes us look pretty and keeps us from killing our crazy friends." This quote has resonated with me time and again as I ponder my own reasons for choosing sleep over 25 to life. In a study called Beauty Sleep, it was found that our minds in fact have cues that tip us off to when someone is sleep deprived and makes them appear less attractive to us. Now, this is an extremely crucial time in our lives. All of us are hoping to form lasting relationships. And let's be honest, we need all the help we can get. No amount of makeup can cover up those things that tip off our brains and make us appear less attractive. The best thing we can do is to treat ourselves right and go to sleep. Lastly, in connecting this all back to being paid to sleep, in a recent Huffington Post article, it was found that a lot of high-name celebrities have found that sleep is the key to their own success. This list included Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Lopez, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Ellen DeGeneres, Halle Berry, and others. What they have found is that our body's waste removal system is 10 times more active when we are asleep than when we are awake. It works to reinforce our memories, create new motor skills, fight inflammation, help us maintain healthy body fat levels, and ultimately help us live longer. If we're living longer, that means we are making money longer. And if we want to make anything of the degrees for which we are so consistently slaving away for at this time in our lives, we need to make the most of our effort and go to sleep. So you're asking, how can I do this? I am so swamped with all of the things that I have on my plate. Let me break it down for you. You have 168 hours this week. We're going to automatically donate 56 of those hours to sleep since science says that we should be getting about 8 hours of sleep a night at this time in our lives. If you have a 14 credit workload, that means you should be spending approximately 32 hours both in and out of class. That means you have the remainder of 80 hours left to do whatever you want, whether that be working out, going on dates, primping, driving, working, studying more if you're crazy enough to do that. It is up to you. Ultimately, what this comes down to is that we can, in fact, have it all. You can get the good grades, you can have the rockin' social life, and you most certainly can get good sleep. So take the time, treat yourself right, make the most of your effort.